Hey, this is Jake from Testosteroad Trips. We're heading out to Temecula, California to visit a casino on this Testosterode trip. We are using this as a scouting trip, so join us and you know what? Be your own man. All right, some of us men don't always have the best habits. One of the habits that you will see here on Testosterode Trips is the need for constant Diet Pepsi. So we will pull into different convenience stores from time to time to refill our drink so that we can be satisfied and be our own men. All right, we'll see you here in a few. So welcome to this inaugural scouting trip for Testosterode Trips. It's a new channel here on YouTube and Patreon for going and exploring things men might want to do. So we are not very reverent. We are very critical in the way that we think. And we just want to have fun, and we want to make sure that we are being our own men here on the road. So one of the goals here is to make sure that we are taking trips that men would want to see or men would want to take on our channel. And so for those that are interested, we are driving a RAV4, and most of the time our trips will be day trips or will be longer road trips that we'll go to different places. Some of the areas that we might want to explore might be maybe go to spring training. In fact, that will be our first trip, is going to spring training in Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe take some stadium road trips, take a road trip up the coast, take a road trip to all different types of venues that men might enjoy. So again, it might be some irreverency at sometimes. We're not too worried about being politically correct here. We're just going to go out, have a good time, and enjoy the road and the outdoors. And we're going to enjoy homeless camping here in our RAV4. So join us as we continue on our journeys. Again, this is our initial scouting trip. We are heading out to Temecula, California, where we are going to be visiting an Indian casino called Pachanga. I've been to Pachanga many times. It's not necessarily a bad place to go. It's actually a pretty fun place to go. We've been to a couple concerts there. I've eaten there. Everything I've had there has been a pretty positive experience. Except for the gambling, of course. That hasn't been an exactly great experience, but it's not designed to be, because, you know, the house has the rules and the odds. So either way, we are going to take this trip, and we're going to just kind of describe the channel here as we're going. And you know what? Thanks for joining us. And don't forget to subscribe and join our ventures as we go. See you in a minute. All right, we are exiting Paris, California, headed into Menifee now. You can actually see the Menifee city limit there. Again, it's a growing town, nice, affordable housing, good schools, things of that nature. We are, actually, you can see there's a lot of traffic here too on the freeway. We're heading on the 215 south. It basically is a connection between the 15 that branches out east a little bit from the 15, which is a north-south route through Southern California all the way up through Idaho. And we are heading on this freeway. Well, one of the things that we want to throw out there here on the channel at Testosterode Trips is ideas for your road trips that keep you from getting speeding tickets, because we know as men we kind of like to pound the metal, especially here in Southern California. We kind of put the pedal to the metal. So you know, in California, especially in Southern California, you get a lot of aerial radar taken by our California Highway Patrol, and those are beamed down to cars here. So that is one thing you got to look for here in Southern California, is making sure that the skies are clear if you're looking to avoid a ticket and you are speeding. Another trick that we kind of use here at Testosteroad Trips is, you know, there's overpasses and underpasses all the way along the freeways here in Southern California and everywhere really. And so, you know, we might be flying a little bit faster than the speed limit at some point, but then about a quarter mile before we get to an overpass or sometimes an underpass, we'll slow down to maybe 5 miles over the speed limit, and then about a quarter mile past the overpass or underpass, which is usually where the CHP kind of sit, because they want a downhill trajectory when they come and they pull you over, because they can accelerate pretty quickly. We speed up and get back to our normal speeding speed. So that's just a couple tricks. The other tricks, you know, of course, we don't use these here, but at Testosteroad Trips, but one of the tricks also might be having a little radar in your car, looking for that. Waze, which is a map navigation, that's online app, also sometimes identifies where CHP might be. So there's a lot of ways to do it, but that's kind of a couple of tricks that we will throw in from time to time as we are driving, including some navigational trips, or tricks. So anyhow, as we head through Menifee here on our way to Temecula, I hope you guys are enjoying the trip so far. That's again our initial scouting trip. We'll talk to you in a few. One of the, I don't know if you can see it here, but one of the nice little features that you can see here on my dash in this RAV4 is a speed limit sign. Okay, and the reason that that's a nice feature is here in Southern California, during the weekdays in particular, truckers often have the right lane pretty well filled, and so you can a lot of the times not see a speed limit sign because there's a truck that's blocking it. And so it is a nice little feature here in the RAV4. From time to time we'll bring in little features of things that we think are pretty cool, and especially for men who are looking to avoid speeding tickets. Seems to be a major theme on this initial scouting trip, but if we're going to put a lot of miles in, speeding is an issue we will have to take a look at. So we are slowly entering Murrieta, California. Murrieta is the town right before we get to Temecula. It is another growing town. Great schools here in Murrieta. I've had some relatives that live out here, and they love it. I also have people that love Temecula because they have great schools there too. But it's a beautiful town. It reminds me kind of just outside of Sacramento, where you get the rolling hills and right before you get into the mountains. Although there's no mountains here per se. We do have the Cleveland National Forest that direction. Eventually when that truck gets by, you'll kind of see some of the mountains over there. But yeah, so these are the kind of like the rolling hills before you get to those Cleveland National Forest mountains. You also see up here coming up the Santa Rosa Plateau. It's pretty flat. You can see that over here a little bit on the right. Now it's kind of right in front of us, right past this overpass. Very popular biking trail, hiking trail, and it's just kind of fun to spend a Saturday hiking that or biking that. All right, on to Temecula. We'll see you in a few. All right, we are coming sort of towards the end of Temecula, or sorry, end of Murrieta, and into Temecula. And so one of the transitional pieces here is we're converting from the 215 branch of the freeway onto the 15, which is a pretty major thoroughfare here going through Temecula. And one of the things our engineers kind of didn't really think about is we went from 3 lanes to 2 lanes onto a major freeway, which usually is not good. It's a bottleneck. And so for those of you that want to be engineers, avoid the bottlenecks in the future. So anyhow, we are about to branch into Temecula, and we will quickly get to our destination at Pechanga. Another feature that we will have here on Testosteroad Trips is we will try to, we're not going to pack a lot of food with us on most of our trips, even on longer trips. We'll try to pack some food, but it's mostly going to be kind of lunchish type of stuff or breakfast type of stuff. But we will try to hit some restaurants that are not chain restaurants as much as we possibly can. Occasionally on long trips, that's all you're going to get, though, is some chain spots. But we will try to hit some local spots per recommendations of Yelp or Google or people that are local that can tell us where to visit. But we will visit those spots and then give a quick review of them. We've been blessed here in Temecula. Temecula has an abundance of restaurants that are family owned and not chains, and so we will continue to scour those and try to find some good ones. And if we will always try to comment on the positive, but sometimes you will run into those restaurants that maybe they shouldn't be restaurants. So anyhow, that's another one of those little features that you'll see here on Testosteroad Trips. We are about to get into Temecula, so let me put the camera away so that I don't crash on this merging of the 215 and the 15 freeways. See you in a few. All right, we are almost getting here to our off-ramp here off of the 15 freeway, and that is on Temecula Parkway, which is a thoroughfare on the way to the desert out here in towards Palm Springs and Anza and places like that. But you can see here that Pechanga is off of this exit, and so that's where we're headed. We're headed to the casino. So again, looking forward to our little adventure here at Pechanga. You guys, we'll see you in a few. Bye. So I am often asked whether In-N-Out lines, which you can see that this is the second end of the line after I place my order. The other end of the line is way over there. You can actually kind of see it back there a little bit. I've been asked, is it worth it? And the answer to that is yes. In-N-Out is not so expensive that you can't get a great burger for a good price. So I'm always going to answer that question with the wait is worthwhile. Now, if you're a diabetic and you're in a low blood sugar kind of mode, then I would say go somewhere else and pick up maybe to this Unical back here and get something sugary and then get in line. But generally speaking, I would say that this wait is always worth it. All right. Continuing on, here we go. You have a good day until I see you and talk to you next. Hey everyone, just got done with In-N-Out. Yelp has In-N-Out rated at a 4.5. I would say that was off. I would say In-N-Out is more of a 4.7. Anybody that does not see that is probably not seeing the beauty that I see in their burger. It's simple and just yummy burger. But, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we will pray for those that have a problem with that. So anyhow, we will talk to you in a bit. Stay tuned. All right, we are now on Pechanga Parkway. Ironically, that is an Apple Maps car in front of me where it has one of those little cameras that is taking pictures of everything that is 360 degrees. So anyway, be here at Pechanga in just a minute. Be back in a minute. All right, we are heading right back out after getting creamed there at the tables. But hey, we're on a scouting trip, so that's okay. We're just gonna keep on trucking. So we're heading out. We're heading back home now. And again, if you have a chance, please like and follow and subscribe to our channel, as it is going to be an exciting channel as we roll this out. Looking forward to our first trip about the middle of March to spring training in Phoenix. We will have some overnight shots available for that. And we are excited about this Testosteroad Trips channel. And we hope that you guys join us soon. You guys have the best day ever. Bye-bye now.